Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. We're going to be really digging our nails into the dirt in today's crypto news. We're going to be talking DFINITY Internet Computer from the ecosystem news to the charts. There's some crazy stuff happening today that I don't think a lot of people actually realize. We had some absolute stunner information dropped on all of us the other day. NFT lunatic. I can't wait for a major integration between cksol and ICP. They have different visions. They'll both be successful. I agree with that 100%. There's definitely a place for both. But there is a lot of things that Solana doesn't do, that the Internet Computer does, that really can advance the Solana ecosystem. I don't know if you guys know, but it costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to store 5 gigabytes of data on Solana's blockchain for a year. Costs $5 on the IC. So everything being built on Solana is not even decentralized. It's reliant on Web 2, like Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services. You get the drift. But by using Internet Computer, they can go ahead and become free. It's like taking off handcuffs or something. Now, we had the one and only, folks, Dominic Williams, chime in. Chain key support for the signature scheme used by Solana is in the works. And it's either in the works, and I suspect that it is, or the devs are just going, oh my gosh, he is about to release the animal from the cage, cksol. But there's also some other cool things happening. They are working on CKUSDT and CKUSDC, CKDAI. So from a trader's perspective, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to move into stablecoins now on the IC, as well as using chain key Solana. But, you know, it is what it is. 55% of transactions on Solana fail. It's pretty kind of crazy, to say the least. I can't remember the last time. I don't think I've ever had a transaction fail on the Internet Computer. It's just absolutely insane. In the video I did the other day, we were kind of covering the XRP hack, Ripple hack, where the CEO and founder got his stuff stolen. And I said, folks, on that stream, I said I wouldn't be surprised if Binance steps in here to save some of it. It looks like they have. So this is going to be very interesting to see how much actually gets recovered. And this is an example of where centralized exchanges can actually step in and help in these types of circumstances. So centralized exchanges, you know, they get a bad rap because, you know, they're custodians of your crypto, and if something happens, it's gone. Well, it's just a two-way street. Central exchanges are needed in this crypto world for stuff like this. They can help. Not a lot of DEXs have on and off ramps. Let's face it. This money's going to have to move to a SEX at some point or another. Tracking it, that's a whole nother can of worms. Now, this I thought was interesting. UAE dumps the US dollar and goes digital dirham in landmark China agreement. Why is this good for the United States dollar? Well, this is why. Because the USD needs some frickin' competition out there, folks, because it's been running wild, being printed to death for ages, for decades. And the can just keeps getting kicked down the road. Everybody knows this. It's no secret. So by doing this, it's either going to do one of two things. It's going to keep the U.S. Fed in check with printing and all that stuff, or eventually there's going to become wars over money. It's just the way it's going to go, folks. This is interesting. DFINITY dropped this crazy tweet. The Outlier Ventures Bitcoin Unchained report says Bitcoin holders underutilize their assets, but it's set to change. ICP's native Bitcoin integration is set to change the composability. I'm tongue-tied. And scalability of the Bitcoin network to drive adoption. Now, I thought this was an interesting take because I agree Bitcoin holders are underutilizing their assets. It's like owning a Ferrari and never putting it in sport mode to see what it can do. You hear me? So when it comes down to it, this is a Ferrari of a crypto. It's survived the test of time. It's survived governments trying to shut it down. It has just absolutely overcome the unimaginable. So with that said, yes, Bitcoin holders, if you're a maxi, you are underutilizing your assets. Simply right now, you can only use it to store NFTs, send payments, very minuscule things. So it just is what it is, folks. It just is what it is. And while we're on the topic of Bitcoin, the whales are holding their increase in their holdings by 4.5% at this $39,000 mark. Now keep that in mind when we do some TA in just a second. But with all this Bitcoin talk, folks, I wanted to just check up on the Bitcoin total CKBTC supply. So right now the Internet Computer is in control. Wow, that's a beautiful chart. Is in control of over 224 Bitcoin worth, what is that, 43,000? Almost 10 million bucks. That's not chump change. And you can see the level of trust as people are building on the Internet Computer and exploring it. More and more people are basically allowing the Internet Computer to take control of their Bitcoin through smart contracts. So there's really been, I mean, you can see basically, it's just been going crazy. Everything's up. Bitcoin tracked UXTO, which is unspent transactions. You can see that the Bitcoin canister stable memory usage, it's just, everything's pumping. Markets are pumping. ICP, pumping. Where is ICP here? It's moving up in the world. Up 8.7% on the day, folks, at cool $12.58 right now. And you can see how this thing is just axing its way up this ladder into the top 10. I suppose you can't see that. Now you can. Now you can't. Now you can't. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. We still have a little ways to go. We need to add about $1.3 billion to the market cap before we can start catching up with Toncoin, Polygon. This is going to be a steep climb into the top 10. No doubt about that. No doubt. J Mitch, the legend at jmitch.bit. Check him out on Twitter. Summoned me yesterday. What's your take on CKB as it stands currently? I'm impressed that it has held the pump going 72 hours. And this is a reason you should follow me on Twitter. I'm just waiting right now to see if we get this head and shoulders, looking for a bounce off this 50 moving average before I get back in with my trading bag. And you guys can see what happened here. It made exactly the head and shoulders pattern that I thought it would. So hit me up, folks, at Real6Fig. That's where I get down and dirty. And you can see, this is why you need to hit that subscribe button, because I was talking about ICP doing a very similar move, but I was telling you, this thing's priming for an inverse head and shoulders, folks. And what exactly has happened? It's filling out. You guys see this? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell. When the markets start cooking up in the bull market, you're going to want to get notified when I go live to spit the absolute truth on what I believe is absolutely happening within these markets. So what is happening right now? Well, we have a very clear inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we could go ahead and maybe argue that we might get this kind of depth from this neckline down to this head out of the break. So here is the break. When price action is broken, this neckline, we've got a potential golden cross on our hands. We've got a potential ascending triangle on our hands coming out of this inverse head and shoulders. So it wouldn't surprise me for the time being that we see Internet Computer maybe, if this thing retraces, because we've got a very nice cup and handle already brewed. I hope you had your coffee today. Extra caffeine, baby. I do think that there is this chance we are going to see ICP start ripping back up to the $16-ish level from now, which is Friday the 2nd, to maybe Tuesday the 6th. I'm hoping that happens a lot sooner. But I could also see this thing trade down to around the $11.85-ish level if we get failure at this $12.90 level, $13 level. And if you see this thing trading below $11.85 or below $11.28, know that this ascending triangle has been possibly compromised. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, please, folks, I'm begging you to hit that like button. It helps launch us into the algorithm. It helps us pump the prices up, baby, because that's why we're here. That's why we're here, to make some money. The tech is cool. We're all here to make some money at the end of the day. Check out some of my other videos here at the end screens.